jersey here. Sehudо, 33 years old. Cruz is 35. Cruz has 4 inches in height. That matches his reach advantage tonight as he tries to regain the throne. Here now is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this championship bout is presented by Namaroff, bold character since 1872. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. And Manscaped, official electric trimmer of the UFC. Visit manscaped.com today. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Derek Clearly, Chris Lee, and Dave Torelli. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Keith Peterson. And now, this fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 22 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, presenting the former WEC Bantamweight champion and the former 2-time UFC Bantamweight champion, the challenger, Dominic, the Dominator Cruz. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 15 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, presenting the 2008 Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling and the former UFC flyweight champion, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight champion of the world, Henry Triple C Sehudо.
Sir, bring it in. Sir, both of you have received your instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Listen to my commands at all times. Touch gloves if you like. Let's fight.
Deep roots in Arizona on both sides. Henry Sehudо and Dominic Cruz fighting tonight for the UFC Bantamweight Championship of the World.
Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight!
And we are underway. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Dominic Cruz is in white, Henry Sehuddo in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
Really interesting to see what Henry Sehuddo is going to do to deal with the movement and the footwork of Cruz.
I gotta be honest, like just getting ready for a championship fight, no crowd or anything, my heart's still beating just as fast as it would have been beating if they had a crowd in here. It feels the same.
Oh yeah.
You know how big the fight is.
Yeah.
Heavy leg kick early from Sehuddo. Joe, Cruz had suggested that Sehuddo was training to fight Jose Aldo, who's a linear striker, and Dom is anything but with his figure 8 style. What do you think about preparing for a guy like Dom for the way he moves?
It's a big difference, but you know, the way Henry Sehuddo prepares, I mean, they're incredibly meticulous. I'm sure they've considered that Dominic, oh, that's a beautiful leg kick there, that Dominic was going to be a potential challenger. I'm sure that was in the future.
Right.
I mean, it's a big money fight for him. Dom's a big name.
And if he wants to be considered one of the greatest bantamweights of all time, he has to beat Dominic Cruz, right? You have to go through Dominic Cruz. He's the guy. Dom's been the guy since the beginning of this division.
Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC. Grab one today at 7-Eleven.
There you go! Man, he is chopping with those leg kicks.
Now we're looking for size.
Those are nasty leg kicks. Oh, look at that.
That's how you slow him down.
That is how you slow him down. And that's what happened with TJ. TJ chopped at his legs and was pretty successful with it. And at the end of the fight, actually had him limping.
Cruz in perpetual motion, trying to create an angle here. About 2 minutes gone by, round 1 of a possible 5. Ooh.
Cejudo is throwing everything into those kicks, too. These are power leg kicks. And another one. Look at that scramble.
This is a nice fast pace.
Cejudo feints a level change. Cruz goes high.
We motion the right with the double jab and then go left.
A lot of questions surrounding Dominic Cruz coming in. Has he lost a step, having not competed since 2016? Nice knee from Cruz. Cejudo
Nice takedown by Cejudo. This is where they said you would see a lot of Henry's improvement. Was on the top. They said when he was getting takedowns in camp, he was doing really good at controlling guys. Cruz was able to escape very quickly there.
Hard center. Shoulder, hard.
Dominic's legs are getting chewed
Already.
up.
Yeah, he's getting, those legs are getting beat up early.
Well, Henry's not just throwing those, he's throwing those with evil intentions. I mean, every one of those leg kicks is nasty.
Right, almost like he's trying to kick across both legs.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. 2 minutes here to go in round one.
Legs under her. Start closing. Press the border.
Cruz did talk a lot about feeling out these first 10 minutes before trying to take control of the fight in the middle rounds. DoorDash. While the front doors may be closed, many restaurants are still open for delivery.
I want you to shadow. Go press.
Another interesting consideration is that Cejudo, since he's competed for so long as a flyweight, is used to faster guys. He's used to guys like Mighty Mouse. He's used to guys like Wilson Hayes.
Eddie Cha in the corner of Henry Cejudo, enjoying some of that action from his pupil. One thing Triple C said to us last Friday, his ability to connect the mind and body in a championship combat setting is what sets him apart. He is not an emotional fighter.
He has shown that, man, across his entire career. But I feel like today, Dominic Cruz is the biggest challenge he's ever seen. He's never seen nothing like this.
But he's performing so well.
Yeah, he's fighting well right now. But like you said, John, Dom said, you know, he takes some time to try to figure things out.
Dom loaded up, just missed. Cejudo did not miss with a left hand.
Again, just chopping at those legs.
Nice leg kick from Cruz.
Yeah, very good shot from Cruz.
The hot back on those. Eyebrows.
Keep walking them back, just like that.
Walk at the range. Walk at the range. That's the range. 20 seconds
Another one.
in. That's the spot.
Maybe a clash of heads there. Cruz.
Every time Dom changes levels like he's going to shoot, Cejudo really does sprawl hard or changes his level down quick. He does not want to get taken down by Dominic Cruz.
Strong start for the champion. Tonight's Corner Cam is brought to you by Body Armor Sports Drink. Superior hydration with no artificial flavors or dyes. Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC. Grab one today at 7-Eleven.
Take a quick seat. Take a quick seat. Deep breath. Here, grab it. I'm gonna put some ice. Hey, stop respecting that fucking kick. We gotta go forward on him. Let your speed go. Get green. Get mean. It's a fight. Get mean with it. Left high, volume, speed. All right. Change up that pivot in. As long as he's moving back, he's not throwing shit. We let him stand forward. He's gonna throw a kick. That's all he's looking for. Feints. Feints.
And here we see the leg kicks of Henry Cejudo, and he's throwing everything in. Look at the windup in these. And look, Dominic tries to jump over the first one, but the second one tries to jump over it with his first leg, but Cejudo hits it with the second leg. Big power in those leg kicks, really trying to take away the movement of Dominic Cruz.
Mouthpiece, sir. Thank you.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law. As much film as Dominic Cruz eats when he's calling fights, he doesn't watch film for his own fights, really.
Sir,
DC, he
you
didn't
ready?
trust that
Sir,
to
you
Eric
ready?
Del Fierro,
Fight.
who told him after round one, it's a fight, you got to get mean.
Well, that's part of having that long-time relationship with your coach, you know, and trusting him completely. That's what Dom does with Eric.
Eric is one of the unheralded geniuses of the sport. You know, likes to stay outside the spotlight, but brilliant mind for MMA.
And I think when you have a pupil like Dominic Cruz that develops that mind for fighting, that does come from where you learn. You know, your coach plays a part in that.
Cody Garbrandt, the only man to beat Dominic Cruz in this weight class. He's never been finished as a mixed martial arts pro by knockout, just a submission by Faber back in the day at featherweight. Cejudo to the body.
Sehudо has a real kick-heavy attack today. Knowing how hard it would be to hit Dominic Cruz because he moves so different.
Cruz connects on the calf of Sehudо.
Yep, nice kick by Dom. That's 2 of them. And if you remember, Sehudo had a lot of trouble in his fight with DJ and also the fight against Marlon Moraes with the leg kicks.
Yeah, particularly the Marlon Moraes fight in that first round. Oh, boy.
Left high now. Left high two. Yes, yes, yes. Go.
Yes!
Good. Now left knee, 2 left feet. Walk
I
in.
want trapped in that left leg and then level it.
2 left feet. Offense here. Yeah, 2.
That's it.
Good. Good.
Looked like a partial connection by Sehudо with the right hand after Cruz had landed.
Hey, Dominator with an overhand.
That's it.
High, go. Hey, body, body.
Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
That's it.
Cejudo chopping at those legs.
Yeah, chopping wood, man. Trying to slow down Dominic Cruz.
Oh,
That was close.
Can't push.
Head off. That's starting to work with our noodles.
Yeah. Go. Don't stop yourself down. Let's go.
Watch your feet down. Keep our shoulders loose. Trust it. That's it.
Cruz wise to that. Level change from Henry Cejudo. Less than 3 minutes here to go, round 2.
Dominic Cruz told me that when he was getting hurt by Cody Garbrandt and he was a little behind, he said he started just fighting. He has to make sure he doesn't do that today because right now it seems as though he's a little behind Henry Cejudo.
Halfway.
Oh, nice right hand by Cruz.
Very
Gets
nice.
right
Nice
through
right
the
hand.
middle.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful inside leg kick. By, oh, nice combination by
Nice
Cruz.
combo by Dom.
And Eric Del Fierro and the coaches want him to follow that up, but his hands are starting to find the range now.
If he can get Henry Cejudo to start getting emotional. Oh, beautiful kick there by Henry. We get Henry to start leaving openings because he's trying to make something happen. Oh, he hurt him there with that right hand. Dom connected with a very good right hand there. Oh,
nice right hand by
big one
Cejudo.
by Cejudo.
We're slowing down now. One hand.
A lot of heavy leather being thrown and landed here, round 2.
Double that. And then go with the
Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje waiting in the wings.
That's it.
Cejudo with a pretty right hand there.
Shadow draw.
Hey, pivot in. Now attack. 2 punches there.
Cejudo, 2018 inductee into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
This
Cejudo's
round's
so
very
fast.
close. Yep, Cejudo's fast, man. But this round is anybody's round to this point.
There you go.
Beautiful inside low kick there.
That's it.
And
Oh,
Dom
nice inside
returns.
kick.
Very nice.
That one appeared to get Cejudo's attention. Shot from Henry, and he bails on it.
Mix.
A lot of times he's grabbing the leg just to get close enough to punch.
That's it. Motion the head. Un minuto. Walk it in. Walk it in.
Cruz looks good. His movement looks good. He's fighting a much better second round than he did in the first round.
And then pump back to the sack.
But Henry Cejudo is still on his game right now.
Beautiful left hand by Dom after going for the single.
Hands up. 2 knee, walk in.
Back to Lucky. Lucky sevens.
Precise. 30 seconds down. Let it go. Head off
I
center.
want you to react to this. That hop back.
Looked like a clash of heads, open to cut on Cejudo.
That was heads.
And Keith Peterson immediately steps between the two athletes, so some adversity here for Henry. We'll take a look at it.
Let's just get a doctor to look at it quick.
It's the second time at least that they've collided heads.
Well, Dom's moving at
Right
a
here for
different
me.
angles. You know, he's
Right here
moving,
for me.
dipping,
Just look at it. It was
dodging.
an accidental headbutt.
It's not at a bad
Accidental
spot.
headbutt.
It's in the
Doctor's just
forehead.
checking it out. Okay, good. Excellent. Right
It's
here
in
for
the
me, sir.
hairline, so.
All right. Just watch your heads. It was a clash of heads. That's it. Right here. Right here. Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Time in.
All right, so late here, round 2, we'll see. Oh,
Nice left hand.
Cutman's got some work to do on Cejudo. Oh, big knee from Cejudo.
Oh, he hurt Dom.
He hurt
Cruise in a world of trouble here.
Oh, he's hurt
Got to
bad.
fight back.
Oh.
That is it. And still, Henry
my
Cejudo retains in defense number 1.
I don't know about that stoppage.
He did get hurt with the knee, but he looked like he was trying to defend himself.
He was just trying to get back up.
He was trying to get back up.
It didn't look like he was out. That's for sure.
It looked like he was trying to get back up, but he was hurt with the knee. It looked like Henry tried to throw a kick, and he caught the knee, down on his hands and knees, and
yeah, I can't say I agree with that stoppage. I think, Keith Peterson, he's closer than I am. He's got a good look at it, but it looked to me like Henry caught him with a good shot, and you got to give a guy a chance to recover. You got to give a guy a chance to defend himself.
we need to look at how many shots landed, though, also.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at it real quick.
All right, this fight replay is brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
So here we see.
Oh, my
that's a
goodness. That
nasty
is
knee.
Oh, he's hurt bad.
He got hurt for sure.
Yeah.
And look at this.
Oh,
Boom.
big
He gets
right
hit with a
hand.
big hand. Punch, 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 punch. Dominic scrambling.
I don't know, Joe. It looked like he
but
was
he
getting
was
back
getting-
up.
he was
Yep,
trying-
at that moment, right? Those first few, it looked like he was hitting him.
what a
But then
knee,
when
though.
Dom started trying to get up is when the ref got in there, which
Yeah.
is very odd.
Well, it's unfortunate. I think he was already going to stop the fight because of the shots before that, and then Dom was trying to get back up. But looking at it in hindsight, looking at it now,
Right
especially
here,
slow motion,
yeah.
I agree
Like,
with the
he
stoppage.
was hurt, right?
Yes,
But then
clearly,
right as he was stepping
Like,
in,
right-
Dom was starting to get
yeah.
up.
But look, Henry did everything he had to do. He nailed him with the big shot. Look at that beautiful right hand. He hits with all these left hands, and Dom's scrambling. He's trying to get back up. He's clearly getting rocked. It's
close,
It's
man.
on
That
the
was
edge.
close. Yeah, that was
but
very
you
close.
gotta err on the side of the athlete, and the side of safety.
TJ Dillashaw also protested when he was stopped by Henry Cejudo, but Cejudo becomes the first man in the books to finish Dominic Cruz at 135 pounds. For historically low rates, refinance your mortgage at rate.com with guaranteed rates, safe and simple, all digital mortgage. Visit rate.com now. To make this one official, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 58 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Henry Triple C Cejudo.